let love get you through painful times?
Well, I think pain is the price we pay for love. You know, there's a reason why emotional pain is so acute and why it shapes us. And that's because I think it probably is a form of love. You know, my dad died last week, and my dad wasn't a very nice person. He was a heroin addict. And so there was a great deal of suffering there. And yet there was still the love, because I knew that underneath that suffering, there was a deep, unbreakable emotional connection that a father and a child has. And so I think so often those things are intertwined and hard to unravel. And sometimes it's the difficulty to explain or to express that love, such as for him as an addict of 40 years, that can cause so much pain. I think a lot of his pain and mine as a child was the inability to have that relationship. And so that's why I think pain is so potent, because it is a form of love.
So sorry that you've lost your dad only a week ago. As a Christian, death is awful. And I think the Christian cannot say that there's any two ways about it. Death is not part of the plan. It's not, things are not meant to decay. And so I think, you know, when Jesus died and he rose again, he defeated death. When I found out who God was, and I looked at the person of Jesus and what he said and how he, you know, how he loved people, that the religious people actually said to Jesus, "What are you doing eating with scum? They can't be eating with tax collectors and prostitutes." And you know, if you're so
well,
God,
tax collectors, I understand.
yeah, well, exactly. But even your point of like, even though your dad, like you said, was not the nicest man, like that for me has blessed me so much, Benjamin. In the sense of you have loved your dad, even though he didn't deserve your love, if he wasn't the nicest of man. But because he's your dad, you love him nonetheless. And I think that's helped me, even in this time and space, to be like, oh, if people are capable of doing that, how much more then is God capable of doing that?
But I think this stuff is quite obviously explained by evolution and our survival as a human species, because one thing that singles us out, or maybe singles mammals out, is that we need relations. It's in our own interests to support other people, to continue the species, to have children, to care about others. The fact that we feel that love and that connection is why we've survived as a species to be so powerful. I think that is a very rational evolutionary explanation. But when people, for example, say that God is love, well, that makes a lot of sense to me, because we need love. I think it's understandable to seek God, but what you're seeking is an explanation, a way to rationalize, a way to explain these events. But I don't think that means that God exists. It means the need for an explanation exists.